That fogginess you experience while reading and that gradual loss of visual sharpness that you may be blaming on aging is not an inevitable natural process. It may actually be the result of a silent toxin that is probably sitting in your kitchen right now, slowly suffocating your eyes from the inside. Today, I want to begin with a truth that may shake you a little, but it is a truth you need to hear. Before we dive into this topic, one that could completely change the way you think about your eye health, I'd like to ask you a small favor as friends. If you value the gift of sight, and if you want to continue watching your grandchildren grow up and enjoying the vibrant colors of a beautiful sunset, please subscribe to this channel and give this video a like, not for numbers or statistics, but because this simple action helps YouTube show this information to someone else who may be struggling today, believing that they are slowly losing the light of their eyes. Today, we are going to discuss something serious, but with the hope that science and nature are on our side. There is an ingredient, a habit, a false friend hidden within our modern diet that acts like corrosive rust on the macula and the optic nerve. And if you stay with me until the very end, I will not only reveal exactly what this toxin is, but I will also provide a complete roadmap to help your body protect one of the most precious gifts you possess. And pay close attention, because near the end of this video, I will reveal the single most important factor, the secret that almost no one talks about in medical offices, that may help prevent your vision cells from dying before their time. Imagine for a moment that your eyesight is like the windshield of a beloved old car that you have carefully maintained throughout your life. In the beginning, everything was crystal clear. Colors were vivid. You could easily read a distant license plate. But then, one day, you begin to notice that no matter how much you clean the glass from the outside, a stubborn blur remains. You find yourself sitting closer to the television. Threading a needle becomes more challenging. And perhaps the saddest part is that when you sit at the dinner table with your family, the faces of the people you love appear slightly hazy, as if a thin veil is standing between you and them. This is not simply about getting older. That sensation of eye strain, the persistent burning feeling, or the growing need for brighter light just to read a newspaper, these are all distress signals coming from your cells. Your eyes are remarkably complex organs, but they are also incredibly delicate. Think of them as a garden filled with rare and beautiful flowers that require a constant supply of nutrients and oxygen. The problem is that the toxin we are discussing today acts like a destructive pest, slowly drying out the roots of those flowers. You may feel that your vision tires more quickly than it once did. Colors may no longer seem as vibrant. Perhaps you have been told that this is simply a normal part of aging. But today, with all the respect and compassion of a physician who genuinely loves his profession, I want to tell you something important. We do not have to surrender to the darkness while we still have the power to act. Always remember that this discussion is intended for educational purposes and to help improve your quality of life through healthier habits. However, nothing can replace a visit to your physician or eye specialist and the appropriate medical examinations. And before making major lifestyle changes or beginning any dietary supplement regimen, always consult a qualified healthcare professional you trust. Now, to understand why this toxin is so destructive, let us think of the human body as the engine of a truck that has traveled countless miles across the roads of Latin America. It is a loyal engine that never abandons its owner on the roadside. But what happens if, instead of supplying that engine with the finest oil, we begin filling it with burned, contaminated oil full of impurities? The engine does not fail immediately. Instead, it begins to cough, it begins to overheat, and the smallest, most delicate components are the first to suffer damage. Your eyes contain some of the most delicate structures in the entire human body. The tiny blood vessels that deliver blood to the retina are so narrow that a single red blood cell can barely pass through them at a time. And the toxin we are discussing today, found in nearly every processed food and deeply embedded in our culture of delicious but convenient eating, causes inflammation within these microscopic channels. When these tiny vessels become inflamed, oxygen delivery decreases, and when oxygen is deprived, the vision cells, which are among the most energy-demanding cells in the entire body, begin to die. It is a silent process. It does not hurt. It does not initially cause severe symptoms. Instead, the light gradually begins to fade. Throughout this video, I will share small, practical solutions that you can begin applying as early as your very next meal. This is not about stopping food. It is about starting proper nourishment. But remember, the most important factor, the one that could potentially protect your vision for years to come, will be revealed near the end of this discussion. You need to understand everything that comes before it, so that the final piece of advice carries its full meaning and value in your life. Now let us get to the heart of the matter. If I asked you to identify this toxin, many of you would probably think of smoking or some strange chemical substance. But the real enemy of your vision in the modern age is a process known as glycation. It sounds complicated, doesn't it? Let me explain it the way I like to explain things, with an example from everyday life. Imagine making caramel in your kitchen. You place sugar over heat and it becomes sticky, clinging to the pot. If left unattended, it eventually turns into a hard, dark substance. That is remarkably similar to what can happen inside your eyes when we consume excessive amounts of refined sugars and white carbohydrates. Excess sugar circulating in the bloodstream begins attaching itself to proteins throughout the body, particularly collagen and the proteins within the eye's lens. Doctors refer to the resulting compounds as advanced glycation end products, commonly abbreviated as AGEs. It is quite literally like pouring thick syrup into the delicate gears of a precision Swiss watch. The lens of the eye, which should remain flexible and transparent so that you can focus clearly on both near and distant objects, gradually becomes stiffer and cloudier. This is where cataracts and loss of visual focus begin to emerge. But do not worry. We are here to talk about solutions as well, and the first tool I want you to place in your health toolbox is learning how to control sudden spikes in blood sugar levels. You do not have to be diabetic for sugar to harm your eyes. Simply reducing that sweet afternoon pastry or replacing sugary soft drinks with water and a few drops of lemon can give your eye cells a chance to breathe again. In a sense, this is how we begin cleaning the caramel out of our eyes. You already know that our land provides us with an incredible gift: fruits and vegetables. If sugar is the toxin that causes the engine to rust, then antioxidants are the cooling system and the fresh oil that keep it running smoothly. And there are two particular nutrients that your eyes absolutely love: lutein and zeaxanthin. Think of them as a pair of internal sunglasses that help protect the retina from blue light and the damaging effects of sunlight. Do you know where these remarkable allies are found? In dark green vegetables such as spinach, Swiss chard, and broccoli. Sometimes, as adults, we become picky eaters and behave almost like children when it comes to healthy foods. But think about it this way: every bite of spinach is like placing a protective shield over your macula, helping defend it against degeneration. Macular degeneration remains one of the leading causes of blindness among older adults in our communities. A significant reason for this is that we have gradually stopped eating the foods that come directly from the earth and have replaced them with products that arrive packaged in boxes and bags. Adding a generous salad of leafy greens, along with a little extra virgin olive oil, which helps your body absorb these valuable nutrients more effectively, is an act of self-care. It is your way of saying to your eyes, "Thank you for everything you have allowed me to see. Today, I am going to take care of you, and stay with me, because later I will explain how combining these foods correctly may make their benefits even more powerful. And remember, the most important factor is still coming." Another major enemy disguising itself as a friend on many Latin American dinner tables is refined vegetable oils and trans fats. I know we all love a delicious empanada or a serving of crispy fried fish, but those cooking oils that are heated over and over again become genuine time bombs for the delicate circulation within the eyes. When these damaged oils enter the body, they contribute to what scientists call oxidative stress. Imagine tiny sparks flying inside a gunpowder factory. Those sparks damage the membranes of photoreceptor cells, the highly specialized cells responsible for capturing light and transforming it into images that the brain can interpret. And when the membrane is damaged, the cell dies. This is where the danger becomes particularly serious. Retinal cells do not regenerate the way skin heals after a scratch. Once these cells are lost, replacing them becomes extremely difficult. That is why it is so important to stop exposing them to harmful influences starting today. My practical advice is simple: choose baking, steaming, or grilling whenever possible. Use extra virgin olive oil for cold preparations, and if you need to cook with fat, consider small amounts of coconut oil or clarified butter in moderation. Small changes in the kitchen can translate into years of clearer vision. Supporting your body is easier than it seems when it is done with awareness and consistency. One thing we often forget is that our eyes need sleep too. In today's world, many of us remain attached to our phones, tablets, or televisions until late at night. That blue light acts like a constant stream of shouting directed at your eye cells, never allowing them the opportunity to truly rest. In addition, sleep is the period when the body repairs the damage accumulated throughout the day. If you are not sleeping well, your eyes cannot efficiently clear away the metabolic waste products that build up over time. Try turning off screens at least 1 hour before bedtime. Read a physical book, talk with your spouse or partner, or simply spend a few quiet moments reflecting and expressing gratitude for the day that has passed. Your eyes will thank you for it. You may wake up with less redness, less irritation, and a greater sense of comfort. It is a free, simple, and accessible tool that is available to everyone. So far, we have discussed sugar, harmful fats, and the lack of green vegetables in the modern diet. But there is one factor that ties everything together. You could do everything I have mentioned so far, but if you ignore this final piece, it would be like trying to fill a bucket full of holes. The single most important factor in helping your body eliminate the toxic burden that contributes to the destruction of vision cells is deep hydration and proper mineral balance, especially adequate magnesium and potassium. Why do I say this? Because the eye is composed largely of fluids. In order for toxins, metabolic waste, and excess sugar to be cleared from the eye, it requires an efficient drainage and circulation system. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely and helping the body clear toxins more effectively. Potassium, on the other hand, plays an important role in regulating fluid balance and pressure within the eye. Many vision problems, and even elevated intraocular pressure that may contribute to glaucoma, can trace part of their origin back to years of chronic dehydration. And this is not simply about drinking water. It is about getting that water into the cells where it is truly needed. Green vegetable juices and vegetable-based drinks, not fruit juices, can act like a new lifeline for your eyes. A morning glass of celery, cucumber, and lemon juice can do more for long-term visual clarity than many expensive interventions because it helps the body eliminate toxins that may have accumulated over decades. Sometimes my patients tell me, "Doctor, I eat well and I always feel full," and that is where I like to pause for a moment. There is a concept in science known as hidden hunger. Your stomach may be full of bread, rice, or pasta, yet your eyes may still be starving. Photoreceptor cells continuously cry out for nutrients that simply do not exist in highly processed foods. When the body does not receive what it truly needs, the toxin we have been discussing, the inflammation driven by excess sugar and unhealthy fats, becomes even more aggressive. It is like leaving the front door of your house wide open in the middle of the night. That is why the first step toward maintaining sharp vision at this stage of life is understanding that eating is not the same as nourishing. We need foods that function as preventive medicine. Many people ask me, "Doctor, what can I consume naturally that genuinely supports my eyes?" And that is when I introduce what I call the elixir of light. This is not just another juice recipe. It is a carefully designed combination in which every ingredient serves a scientific purpose in the fight against glycation and oxidative stress. Ingredients: 2 cups fresh spinach, the richest source of lutein in this recipe. 1 celery stalk with its leaves attached. Celery is rich in minerals that act like electrical conductors, helping nutrients reach the optic nerve. Half a cucumber provides structured hydration that is far more effective than water alone. Juice of 1 whole lemon, vitamin C, acts like the cement that helps maintain the strength of the tiny blood vessels within the retina. 1 small piece of fresh ginger, about the size of your fingernail, one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory foods, helping reduce internal inflammation within the eye. Optional: half of a green apple for a touch of flavor without causing a significant rise in blood sugar. Preparation method with a functional purpose. Do not dilute it with excessive water. If you have a juicer, use it. If not, blend the ingredients with the smallest amount of water possible and do not strain the mixture. The fiber matters, but in this particular case, we also want the plant nutrients to reach the bloodstream efficiently. Drink it slowly on an empty stomach. Take the time to savor it. Imagine that vibrant green color as liquid sunlight entering your body, helping wash away the remnants of excess sugar that have been hardening the lens of the eye over the years. And remember, this is not a substitute for prescribed medications. Rather, it provides your body with tools that may help those treatments work more effectively while potentially giving your quality of life a remarkable boost. To understand why this drink can be so beneficial, let us use another everyday analogy. Imagine your eyes as an exquisite luxury bathroom inside a magnificent palace. Everything is made of marble and crystal, but if the drainage pipes become clogged, No amount of polishing the marble will prevent deterioration. Eventually, unpleasant odors and damage will appear. Sugar-related toxins and trans fats clog those microscopic biological pipelines. When you drink this green juice and reduce your consumption of processed foods, you are essentially helping clear those pathways. The magnesium contained within the chlorophyll of spinach helps relax the walls of tiny blood vessels, and when those vessels relax, blood flow improves. And what does blood carry? Oxygen, the very oxygen your cells need in order to survive. A well-oxygenated cell can regenerate and maintain its visual pigments. A suffocated cell, however, gradually gives up and leaves us in darkness. Now let us talk about something that is in front of us almost all day long. Many of you are watching me right now on a smartphone, tablet, or computer screen. Technology is incredible, but it comes with a cost. Blue light from screens and ultraviolet radiation from the sun, especially in our beautiful tropical regions, can act like a welding torch aimed directly at a candle, slowly melting the delicate proteins within the eye. If that dietary toxin is already circulating through your bloodstream because of poor eating habits, and then you add unprotected sun exposure or excessive nighttime screen use, you accelerate the process of visual deterioration. That is why nutrition alone is not enough. We must also apply common sense. When you go outside to the garden or walk to the market, wear sunglasses that provide genuine UV protection. At home, try using warm lighting rather than harsh, cool white lighting whenever possible, reducing unnecessary strain on the retina. What I'm about to say may sound unusual, but both functional medicine and many traditional healing systems often describe the eyes as a window into the liver, and there is an important physiological reason behind this idea. The liver is the body's chemical laboratory. If it becomes fatty or overloaded with toxins derived from excess sugar and refined carbohydrates, its ability to properly process vitamin A may be compromised. And vitamin A is absolutely essential for healthy night vision. Have you ever noticed that driving or walking at night has become more difficult? Do oncoming headlights seem unusually bright or blinding? If so, your body may be giving you a signal that your liver needs support and recovery. By cleaning up your diet and incorporating the green juice I taught you how to make, you are not only helping your eyes, you are also giving your liver a chance to breathe again so it can deliver the nutrients your body needs, including those that support healthy vision. Everything in the body is interconnected. We are not a collection of separate parts. We are an extraordinary system designed to heal and adapt when we provide it with the right conditions and support. I know we live in a microwave world where we want results in 60 seconds, but your eyes did not accumulate years of strain overnight, and they will not recover overnight either. Do not expect a single glass of juice or one healthy salad to create a miracle. The real secret is consistency. Imagine restoring a beautiful antique wooden piece of furniture that has been left out in the rain for years. First, you have to sand away the damage, removing the excess sugar and harmful influences. Next, you apply the treatment, the green juice, antioxidants, and nutrient-rich foods. Finally, you add the protective coating, proper rest, hydration, and healthy daily habits. The process takes time, but I can tell you that the effort is worth it when, after several weeks, you realize that you no longer have to strain your eyes to read a WhatsApp message from your son, or when the flowers in your garden seem brighter and more vibrant than they did before. My dear family, we are now arriving at a very important part of this conversation. We have talked about sugar, harmful fats, the power of green foods, and the importance of truly hydrating our cells. But none of this matters if it remains nothing more than information stored in your mind. Knowledge without action is simply noise. Today, I want you to make a commitment with me, not for my sake, but for your own. Promise yourself that today will be the last day you allow these harmful habits to enter your life without awareness or control. I am not asking for perfection, I am asking for awareness. The next time you see a sugary soft drink or food cooked in repeatedly heated oil, ask yourself a simple question. Is this worth more than my ability to see my grandchild smile? The answer will almost always be a clear and undeniable no. And remember, this journey becomes easier when we walk it together. That is why I encourage you to leave a comment below. Tell me, Doctor, today I started drinking the green juice. Or, Doctor, today I replaced bread with a boiled egg. These small victories inspire all of us. They help strengthen a community of older adults throughout Latin America who want to age with dignity, independence, and light in their eyes. And finally, never underestimate the power of your mind and spirit. Stress, resentment, and chronic emotional burdens can affect overall well-being too. A joyful heart brightens the face, and believe me, it contributes to healthier living as well. Drink your juices, eat your vegetables, walk beneath the morning sun, but also laugh, forgive. Live with gratitude. A body that is not trapped in a constant state of stress is often better equipped to repair and recover. And please do not forget to share this video. There are many people out there who are losing hope and believing that blindness is their unavoidable destiny. Let us help them hear a different message, a message that there is still much that can be done, and that science and nature can work together when we understand how to use them wisely. My dear family, reaching your golden years should not be synonymous with losing your sight. You still have many stories left to read. Many beautiful landscapes left to admire, many beloved faces left to recognize and cherish. Do not allow poor dietary habits or a lack of information to steal that treasure from you. Start today. One extra glass of water, a little more spinach, one less sugary treat. Your body will thank you, and while no one can promise miracles, science consistently shows that a well-nourished body possesses a remarkable ability to adapt to aging and improve overall quality of life. I would truly love to hear from you. Please leave a comment telling me which country you are watching from and how old you are, and tell me which of these suggestions you plan to begin implementing tomorrow. I read your comments because, to me, you are not simply an audience. You are an extended family spread across every corner of Latin America, and if this video has given you even a ray of hope or taught you something new, please share it today through WhatsApp with your children, siblings, friends, church groups, or neighbors. Health is something we share. Helping another person avoid the consequences of poor nutrition is an act of kindness and compassion. May God bless each and every one of you, protect your health, and keep your eyes open to witness the beauty and wonder of life.